Right.
My name's Eric Bishop. I was in the last war. I landed on the beaches on D-Day in Normandy, and I didn't come home for 3.5 years for the simple reason I passed through all the countries. We had to fight our way to the different countries: France, Belgium, Holland, into Germany, and I finally got to Berlin, where I stayed for about 2-3 years as a sort of government there and helping out in things like that. And I was finally demobbed in 47 and came home, and during the army I did drive a tank, and I also drove a tank transporter when the tanks were damaged or been just knocked about a bit. We used to go out and pick them up, put them on the back of the tank transporter and take them back to the depot so they could be repaired. That was one of the jobs I did.
What was it called? The American truck, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Diamond T.
Diamond T, that's right. It was called a Diamond T. They were excellent to drive, but very, very big, and you couldn't reverse very well because the back of it would go one way, you wanted it to go to another. Not like these days. It was a separate trailer on the back, and we had to haul them up by a chain onto the back of the tank transporter, and if there were flames or anything, we had to put them all out. We finally did that, took them back to a depot where they were being repaired again. After that, I came out of that, and where are we up to now? Let me see.
You drove someone around in the car?
When I was in Berlin, we had to form a sort of government, as I said before, and I drove a Humber car we had in those days. They were posh cars, British, to drive the officers around, and the famous four of there was Churchill, Montgomery, and the American president and another president all met at a meeting, and I had to drive one of them, I drove Churchill, and I drove another one, I can't remember his name now. We had to sort of pick them up, take them back to the hotel where they were staying at, and then when it was finished, we took them back to the airport, and that was my job then. Naturally, this was when the war was finished, but during the war, as I say, I landed on the beaches at Normandy and went right the way through, and I didn't come home, as I said, for 3.5 years, because naturally you can't get leave when you're in the middle of a fight. So I had to stay there, and like I said, I was away quite a while. But being a youngster, I was only about 19, 20 years old, and it was a bit of fun, frightening, very frightening at times, but I was only a kid, so I took it all in my stride, and looking at it back now, I really enjoyed it. Now I know that I came out of it in one piece. I got home.
Go on, keep talking, just so I can...
I got home, and they sent me my medals. They said you're entitled to wear these whenever you want to, and that's what they were for them, like, just to show that you'd been to the different countries and the different fights you were in. One medal, say, for landing on the beaches in Normandy. That was in France, and then...
That's you sat on this tank, isn't it?
That's right, yeah. That's in Berlin there.
That's my dad sat on that tank there.
Yeah.
That German tank.
That's the Reichstag. At the back of it, that was Hitler's headquarters, called the Reichstag. and of course it was bombed to hell, so there's not much left of it. But that was the Gestapo headquarters. Then there was the concentration camps that we came to. Mauthausen, different ones, I can't think of the names now. Belsen was another one, where they kept all the Jews which they hated.
Auschwitz as well.
Yeah, and then they kept them there, and we freed them all. They were in terrible condition, and they were badly tortured. Women were tortured by fastening the
No, don't, because it'll get...
no.
No. So I'm going to have to wrap it up now because it's nearly 6 minutes.
Yeah.
So
right.
how old are you now, Dad?
I'm 88 now.
88.
88. And I must say, even though it was risky, I did enjoy the episodes during the war. And I'm glad to say I came out of it fine.
Right. Okay, everybody, that's my dad. And like I say, that's his story from the war. And there's his photographs. And there's where he sat on top of a tank. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. So, do you want to say ta-da, Dad?
Cheerio, all the best to everybody.